Hi there, I'm Sarah and welcome back to my channel. This is Maeve's second week update. So she is 2 weeks old now. So I'm just going to talk to you a little bit about how we're all doing. Maeve is doing really well. She is now registered, so her name is official. She is Maeve Elizabeth, although we tend to call her Maevie, to be honest, and I think we're going to spell that like M-A-E-V-I-E. That's pretty much what we're calling her around the house. Rosalie absolutely loves her. Like, she still, every morning she wants to come in and give her a cuddle when she wakes up. I'm pretty besotted with her. She's a very good baby. She's quite content. In the last few days actually we've had a few where she keeps, she'll just be lying somewhere, there's a fly buzzing around. So that's probably going to be really annoying. It's really hot today, so I have all the windows and doors open and a fly has come into the living room and it's buzzing around. How irritating. Anyway, yes, she's a very content baby, that's what I was talking about. Although she has started to, if you put her down in her chair or her motor basket, like yesterday, I think she was a bit blocked up, a bit backed up with her poos. She kept sort of like screaming out in pain, and then she'd cry for a little bit, but then she'd quickly settle again. Yeah, so I think that was her poos. Poos did go a bit like, they weren't that runny, they were more sort of like, I don't know, little pooey pop-offs sort of thing. But today we had a really big poo, big runny poo, so I think whatever it was, it sorted itself out, and she hasn't been doing like crying out in pain like she was yesterday. The other thing to mention is that I have mastitis in my left boob. One isn't draining properly. I went to the doctors on Monday and luckily we got to see a sort of breastfeeding specialist. I'm always very reluctant to trust anyone with breastfeeding because last time I took lots of advice. It's the first time I'd ever breastfed, from health visitors, from doctors, from loads of different things. That everyone has a different opinion on what you should do, and they told me to express and I expressed, and then my oversupply just went into overdrive and I was in even more mess than I was before. And in the end I just had to stop doing anything and let my boobs sort themselves out on their own, and then it was fine. So I have been reluctant to do anything to do with expressing this time round. I have quite small boobs but a lot of milk, so they're very engorged pretty much all of the time. And Maeve is Rosalie used to like feed on one side then the other and feed for about 45 minutes and like really empty out the boobs. But sorry, this fly, it just literally buzzed across the camera. So annoying. Maeve is literally just feeding for like 10 or 15 minutes and that'll be it. But the doctor that I saw on Monday did say that that's probably because I breastfed Rosalie for like 14 months, so my boobs are probably a lot more efficient now at feeding, which is why it doesn't take her as long. And obviously I do have quite a lot of milk, so she's probably getting all she needs in that amount of time. We had her weighed at 9 days. I haven't had her weighed again, and she had gone up to, her birth weight was £7.10. She lost 2 ounces, so she would have gone down to 7.8, and now she's up to, well, then at 9 days she was up to 7.14. I haven't had her weighed again. So I think we'll go next week and see how she's doing. Yeah, so I know she's getting enough milk. I don't think it's a latch problem. She seems to, the doctor actually watched me feed and she said that she's taking really big gulps and she's making all the right noises, and you can hear like how much milk she's draining off when she is feeding. So I think it just is the fact that I have a lot of milk. She doesn't want a whole feed and there is some milk staying around there. I'm taking ibuprofens now and the antibiotics that the doctor prescribed, and I'm hoping I'll start to feel a bit better. The main thing, my boobs aren't actually that sore. I haven't got sore or cracked nipples or anything like that. The one that it's in is a bit painful to touch. But it's not that bad to feed off of, to be honest. It is just the flu-like symptoms and the fact that I feel quite sick that's getting me down. I just want to sleep all the time. Come the evening, I'm like, oh yeah, I can get on with some work. And then I just want to fall asleep. And I never fall asleep. I'm not one of those people that fall asleep on the sofa. I literally have to be in bed in a dark room with all the lights off. So it's very unlike me to be able to fall asleep. But I was literally just feeding Maeve now and I was like, I could feel myself dropping off. So yeah, I'm hoping that by tomorrow that will be like a few days of antibiotics, I'll be feeling a lot better. Oh. So it made her jump. Rosalie goes to preschool on a Monday, Wednesday and Thursday afternoon. So now Nick's gone back to work. We have those times to ourselves, which is quite nice. I'm glad that we do get some one-on-one time. But pretty much she sleeps and feeds all day. She's got into the last few days, she's kind of feeding a lot for like a couple of hours, every sort of hour. And then she'll go to sleep for like 3 hours and not wake up at all. And then she'll wake up and then feed again, like quite often. Like yesterday it was like every half an hour for about 2.5 hours. But my nipples aren't sore. I think they're more accustomed to breastfeeding this time around, so it's not too much of an issue. And I think if we were out doing things she wouldn't want to feed, so it's fine. Like if she's in her pram or she's sleeping in the car and stuff, she's okay. At night she's kind of like, we're feeding her before we go to bed at about 11 o'clock. She's waking up about 1, 2ish, and then again about 5, 6. So it's not bad at all. It's sort of like one once in the night, and because she doesn't feed that long, it's not too bad. The bum changes, if I get a bum change in that, I'm like, oh, for God's sake, so I can't get out of bed and do all that. But yeah, she's got having regular nappies. As I said yesterday, the poos were a bit not as runny as they were, but today she's had a really runny one, so I think whatever was blocking her up has been relieved. Rosalie was quite a sicky baby, so I always used to have to wind her after every single breastfeed. I know some people say you don't have to wind breastfed babies, but I always find that I did, and Maeve's the same. Like if I don't wind her straight away, she will be sick wherever I lay her down. So if I can wind her till she burps, or wind her till a little bit of sick comes up, then touch wood, she doesn't seem to be sick whenever I put her down. But if I don't, often she can sick up the whole feed. That happened the other day because I forgot to wind her. But she's not that sick, she's not as sicky as Rosalie was, I don't think. But I guess that might change. We are using a dummy. She has started to take it more now. If like I can't feed her for whatever reason, if I'm doing something and I can't get to her straight away, then we will use a dummy, or if like Nick's holding her and he'll put the dummy in or whatever. And she is starting to take it now, so that's quite good. She is starting to peel, so she's getting flaky skin. We've bathed her twice now, but just in warm water, nothing else. She had a bath with Rosie in the big bath in a bath chair, but I couldn't really clean her very well and get all the stuff that gets collected in their creases out. So I decided to wash her in Rosalie's doll's bath. We never had a baby bath with Rosalie because we just put her in the big bath, but now there's 2 of them in there, it's a bit more difficult to give her a good wash. So I actually washed her in Rosalie's Dolly's bath, and that did work actually. But I have ordered, I can't remember what it's called, but one of those bucket baby baths from Amazon, so that is coming shortly. I'll let you know how we get on with that, but I think that will be a lot easier because I still needed Nick to help hold her in the baby bath, although Rosalie did like helping to wash her with like little cotton pads, so that was quite a fun activity. She enjoyed doing that. So yeah, she is getting some flaky skin now, so her feet are starting to peel and her hands peeled, but I think her hands have finished peeling now, but her feet's still a bit flaky. And she did start to get some spots like behind her ears and in her neck crease. I think it's where she was being sick, but I gave her a bath in the doll's bath, as I said, and cleaned all in there, and it seems much better now. So yeah, that's about it really. Everything's going really well, apart from the mastitis. It's the only time I really felt like I wanted to cry, and I don't cry that often at all really. So for me to want to cry, but it was just because I felt so ill. But I am starting to feel better now. I still felt a bit like that yesterday, but I haven't cried, and I don't feel like I want to cry today, so that's good. So yeah, she's lovely. Let's see if we can show her to you. Here she is. little cutie. She's very scrunched up, I don't know if you can see, she's still very curled up. So thank you for watching. I hope you found this video helpful, and I'll see you next week for her 3rd week update. Thanks for watching, bye!